Sally.
And Marley.
And today we're going to be talking about, we're actually doing our first movie review, and it's going to be about
Happy Death Day.
I was going for like the creepy, like,
Oh.
Happy Death Day. We were not in sync at all. Let's do this again, Marley.
The whole thing? Happy Death Day. Okay, I followed through.
Happy Death Day.
First, we're just going to tell you what it is about for those who don't know. So, basically, it's similar to Groundhog Day, that sort of thing, where a girl just keeps reliving the same day. And at the end of each day, she gets murdered by a masked figure. And basically, the mystery
is she has to figure out who her killer is to move on with her life, basically.
Yeah, to the next day.
To the next day.
And it's her birthday.
Yeah.
On this day.
So I guess that's what like one of the characters at some point mentions, like that could be an important factor. But I don't think at any point it's really like the main idea of why her days are leaving. Like they never really connected to why.
I guess it just made it more like interesting that it was her birthday, like more special, and then they could name it Happy Death Day.
You know, the marketing. So that's basically the plot and the main gist of it. So our opinions. Movie,
non-spoiler.
Non-spoiler. Out of 10, what would you rate the movie?
I don't know if I'm just remembering it like too good, but I really liked it. So I want to give a high rating of like 9.
Holy
What, should I do 8?
Just a little background on this. Marley did want to see Happy Death Day. I wanted to see Geostorm. We watched her movie first. I was, I think, not as into it at the beginning.
Yeah, I could tell. I would look at you and I could tell she was trying not to like it, but by the end, like, we were into it and we're like,
it was really good, but I would definitely like say that the beginning totally did not catch me. So I would say probably like a 6 out of 10 for me. Because I did like the idea of it at the end.
It was definitely cringy a little at the beginning with some things, like just the character was unlikable.
Yeah, so out of characters, what would you rate them out of 10? Like character in general.
It's hard because then you got Carter and he's
yeah,
probably like a 6, yeah, for characters.
I feel like because it is like set for college kids and like the main character is like a blonde girl, so they make her very like mean, very just like millennial, I guess, in a way, like very stereotyped. Yeah, so she's very rude, she's very mean, just totally like about abbreviating words.
She's a part of a sorority.
Yeah, you know, like the typical like college kids, you know, like they made it very stereotypical, which I did not like because we're university kids and I haven't
But
never
I
seen
feel like
anyone.
that's very common in scary movies, that they don't really focus on the characters as much as like the scary stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't expect too much. Well,
Right,
I want to say that like I was a little scared that like the twist and like who the killer is would disappoint me, and I feel like I wasn't disappointed in that. We had theories going constantly and it kept changing, and we were kind of right, but we weren't like totally right, which I always like, because then I feel smart because like I kind of got it, but then I didn't totally get it, so I was at least surprised.
It was definitely like in the middle of the film at one point, like the character kind of like, you know, they started developing more with like the things that are going around it, and that's when you get like the hook, you know, like your theories start like coming about, and then I think that's when it gets fun. But the whole first half an hour, 45 minutes was not great. So it depends, right? Like if you want to like, if you're in it for the end goal, it's a good movie. If you want to enjoy the full movie.
Most people are there for the end goal, not like the first 5 minutes.
I mean,
yeah, if you haven't, I would recommend go see it.
Yeah, so we'll put a summary here, I guess, of like our rating. I don't know if you can do that, but like you can do like a out of 10 for characters, out of like thing for plot.
Okay, sure.
Just so like it's just like a summary of out of our rambling. So you guys, Okay, so spoilers. So we actually had dibs on characters that we thought were the killer.
Yes. Okay, my first dib I remember making was her dad, because we kept having him like phone her, but we weren't seeing him. I felt like it was a storyline they were trying to keep off to the side on purpose, and they wanted us to focus on the characters we actually saw, so I knew something was up with the parents. So that's why I thought maybe it was her dad, and I thought he was maybe crazy and had like maybe killed her mom because her mom was dead. So I thought maybe he was crazy and he was the killer.
My freeze dibs, I think, was, so she's sleeping with a professor who's married. So at one point I was either between like both the wife and the professor, who's also a doctor, just because I felt like something would get exposed and then he would want to kill her, and I thought it was gonna be one of those typical cheesy movies.
It's really obvious.
But at one point it totally made you think that it was, to towards the end.
Yeah, at one point I agreed with her. I thought it was the professor / doctor because I thought it was going to be something like they were testing her, because that's something that never really came back around, why she was keeping the injuries. Like each time she died, she would keep that injury from when she died before, like a scar
Like
from
the pain
stabbing.
and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was something like scientific and they were testing on her, but that didn't happen. I thought it could be Carter, which was the love interest, which made me really sad because he was absolutely so adorable, but it would have been such a good twist, you know, if it was like...
They definitely did have moments, because if you see the movie from the beginning, like every single day starts with him under his desk trying to put some stuff away.
Yeah.
And it totally makes you think that could be the mask, because the killer is wearing like this like mascot mask from the university. Totally makes you think like that's what he's hiding. Like you never see anything that he's doing other than one, like the director is leading you on to believe like he's a really good guy. But his attitude changed every single day, because sometimes he went for to give her a necklace she forgot, but then one day he forgot and he didn't give it to him.
He was definitely suspicious, but I'm so glad that it wasn't him.
I think for me, it was the headphone girl. She was just a mean girl. And pretty much there's like this girl who says hi to her every single time she's entering the sorority. And I thought it could be her. Maybe like a typical like bullied person who just wants to like overcome and kill the person who wasn't nice, which kind of ended up being. So the main thing.
We both thought it could be the friend.
The roommate.
The roommate. My thing that made her sketchy, I just kept focusing on the notebook. Every day she was writing in her notepad, and I kept, this never happened, but I imagine the main girl finding it and seeing all her like notes on how she was gonna kill her. That never happened, but like still, that was suspicious. The fact that she was also like a doctor, or like an intern or whatever.
We thought they were in together on the experiment thing. So this person, we had dips on her, both of us. So we both came to the conclusion together.
Which thank God, because now we are both right.
But definitely it was a very good plot twist at the end. The thing that the main idea that she had planned on killing her with was poison, that she had poisoned the cupcake. Talking more like character development, I really like that you definitely at the beginning, the main character, she is very weak, she's very dumb, she's very mean. At one point when, like I said, like the middle part where it like starts hooking you in, it's because she starts actually trying to like figure out who her killer is. She starts like actually fighting and defending herself, and I think like that's when you think like she's just not gonna let it happen, you know? It was a strong female lead towards the end. It's a pretty good movie. Like the fact that we had so many theories about it made it great.
Yeah, and even it kept you guessing till the end, because at first it makes you think that the killer's one person and she even defeats him. But then she wakes up the next day and you're like, crap, like so it wasn't him. But what about when she had the chance to kill him and then she chose not to because Carter had died in that day, so she wanted to restart it so Carter could be alive again. That was probably like my favorite part. I was so glad that she did that because he deserves to live.
It was honestly a lot. Like that relationship was just beautiful.
It was.
Yeah, I think it was good, as I said. Towards the middle to the end, definitely a great movie. From beginning to middle, not so great. Like
I feel like it was fun too.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun, but I would definitely, it's a movie that I'd probably wait till it comes out on like a DVD or like Netflix.
This is our first movie review. Hope you guys liked it.
I hope you enjoyed it. Take it as you will. Like this is all our information. Hope it helps in deciding if you want to go watch it.
Let us know if you had any other theories too.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, because like there's definitely like a lot of characters that are introduced that could potentially be killers. Because we love those kind of movies. If you have any other movies that have like multiple like possible killers and stuff like that,
I love guessing who the killer is.
It's so fun. Like, comment, subscribe.
Not on the same page.
And
thanks for watching.
And we'll see you
next time.
Next time.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Wow, we're totally not.